everybody, it's Jeff Stanfield from EsportsCircus, esportscircus.com. Thank you for joining me on another edition of The Freak Show. I am the Ringmaster. And you know what? I think it's time for another edition of product reviews. So we're here talking about product reviews. We're talking about cameras. There's a lot of different levels of cameras you can choose from. There's the super high-end cameras like the REs and the Reds and stuff like that. And then there's the Blackmagic and JVC, ENG type cameras and DSLR type cameras. And then there's a series of cameras called PTZs, PTZ, pan, tilt, zoom cameras. And some of the high-end ones like Panasonic and Sony make some really great full sensor, super high-end 4K cameras that are like 10 to 15,000. And they have a little bit lower version. It's still a 4K version that's like $7,500. And those are really great cameras. And we use them on the professional productions, and they are perfect. But if you don't have $10,000 to $15,000 to buy a full sensor 4K camera, what do? Well, you don't necessarily maybe not need that level of really cool stuff. And you need a mid-range camera. So there's a company we work with called PTZ Optics, PTZ, pan, tilt, zoom. They're called PTZ Optics, and they make a lot of pan, tilt, and zoom cameras. They have a sub-company called HuddelCam, and HuddelCam makes also PTZ cameras, but also has a series of cameras called the HuddelCam HD series. And the HuddelCam HD series is what we're going to talk about today. So these cameras are really relatively inexpensive price compared to what they can get out there. And for what they do, they have a huge amount of features, and we're going to talk about those. There's two versions of the camera. There's the HuddelCam HD and the HuddelCam HD NDI, which stands for Network Digital Interface. And I'll explain that one a little bit, but let's start with the HuddelCam HD. Both of these cameras are 4K cameras. Besides the the thing that says HuddelCam HD, it's actually a 4K camera. And these have what's called ePTZ, electronic pan tilt zoom. And the difference between electronic pan tilt zoom and the regular pan tilt zoom is pan tilt zoom has servos that move the camera left, right, up, down, and then servos on the lens that zoom the lens in and zoom the lens out to a manual, and then have a digital zoom after that. But these are all digital, all electronic digital zoom in and panning left and panning right. And how it works is that you zoom in and then you can pan within that zoom. So you still have a 4K image, and then I zoom in like this, and so I'm zoomed in, and now I have the field that I can pan left and pan right within that field of view. So let's go back out to this. And you can even go back out to a little wider distance or whatever. So this, and that's not even the widest distance of this camera. So you can go really wide. So these electronic pan tilt zoom cameras, and so that's what they do. This one, both of them have actually a 1/4-20 plug on the bottom. So you can see on the bottom of both of these, there's a 1/4-20 plug. A 1/4-20 plug is what you see on most tripods. So if you have a tripod and you want to attach this to a tripod, you can do that. I find that I attach these to what's called light stands. Light stands are stands that you put a light on. And on top of that, you can have an option to screw on a little 1/4-20 plug, and then you can attach this in there. The reason I use a light stand is these are very, very light cameras, and that's not why light stand and light cameras is not why I do it. But why I do it is because light stands are a thin pole that go down and to a series of legs that spread out. And since these are lightweight, they don't need that heavy stability that a real tripod offers you when you have a camera. So if you have a camera, you wouldn't want to put a camera on a light stand because it'll fall over. It's not balanced correctly. But this is relatively lightweight, and so you don't have to worry about that. And it also, both of them have microphones on both ends of the camera. So you have dual microphones right there. So it's a very, very cool option there. You can record there. And both of these cameras can be seen by professional applications like OBS, Wirecast, EMAM, and some of the other applications out there. The HD cam, the HuddelCam HD, is totally Zoom certified and also works with Skype and Microsoft Teams and all the other applications out there. So Facebook Live, YouTube Live, plug this right in, it goes in. You plug it in by taking your USB plug and you just plug it right into the back. Plug it right into your computer, and you are set. You can also plug in the HDMI cable. There's an HDMI cable that plugs with this, and then you can plug this into like a capture device. So if you have like a Blackmagic Ultra Studio mini recorder, that's a little thing that does about $145, and then that you can do that. There's also, you can turn these, and so you can do that, and you can also turn HDMI cameras into USB cameras. But if you want to do a USB camera, just plug a USB cable in. All right, so that's how that works. The NDI version, or Network Digital Interface version, is an incredible new technology that enables you to plug in a network cable, an Ethernet cable. You plug that right into the back of that, and this plug into your switch or to your computer, and probably use it on the cable. The benefit to this camera and how this works is I can take this and I can plug this on multiple of these cameras. I can plug 8, however many cameras on 10, whatever I want, and I can plug these into a network switch, and then I can go into my programs like Wirecast, and it'll recognize the cameras, and then I can switch between them. So if you're like in an event and you want to have, maybe 3 cameras on the stage, a wide shot, a tight on the 2 people, and then you want to have also cameras that shoot the audience, and one that shoots a wide shot of everything, and different shots. You can actually plug a bunch of these cameras all over the place, and they're very intrusive. And you just put them on the light stand, like I told you, and put a sandbag on a light stand so no one bumps it and banks it over. And it'll be relatively very cool, and you can have those as multiple cameras without having to go through buy some high-end expensive switcher and stuff like that. It just boom, you plug these cameras in there, you install the NDI software into your application, and you are rocking and rolling. So let's talk about some of the other features that these cameras come. Now, both these cameras, if you go into like a Wirecast system or any of the other applications, you can do what's called a virtual controlling. So you can go in, you can load up the virtual controls app, and then it'll be right in the Wirecast, and you can then pan left and pan right and zoom in and zoom out and stuff like that. But they also come with a controller. So they come with this controller right here. This controller is looks like a TV controller, but it has some really cool features to it. On the top, you have 4 buttons. These 4 buttons can actually link up to 4 different cameras. So I can have 4 of these cameras and control them all and switch between them. And then the next series of buttons is a series of numbers, 1 through 9 and a 0. And what that enables to do is that enables me to set up presets. So I can press number 1, and it opens up to that level. I can press number 3, that's boom, another number, that's there. I can go all these different features. I can even go super, I can do that one. I can set up all these different settings, and boom, I can instantly go to that thing. And so, and there's no having to zoom in and pan. It's just digital, electronic, boom. I'm there. It has it focused. It's not, you don't, a lot of the pan tilt zoom cameras, when they zoom in, and then they focus in, and they focus in and out, and it takes a second or a couple seconds. But if you want to do an instant, boom, I'm here, I'm here. I want to do close up, boom, a close up, far away, close up, far away, instantaneously, boom, right in your face. Mr. DeMille, I've got my close up. So, so there you go. So that's what. So these have those features there. Another thing they have is they have a series of left, right, up, and down buttons. And what these do is allow you to go up, and oops, that's back home. That's that, and then go right back there. So I can go down. I'm already down enough to go there, and then I go down and go left and go right and go boom, 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 boom. So you can see my Einstein. Hey, Einstein. There you go. You have that. You also have the zoom in and zoom out button. So I can zoom in, zoom out. And then you have magnify, which is kind of instant zoom out. So you do that, boom, boom, boom. And you can go right back to boom. And you can, so that's that. It also has a lot of the features that it has as well. You have your preset button up here. So what you do is when you get your camera to a setting you want to do, you hit preset, and then you hit the number. So, and then that'll set that as, and then it's set as a preset. I can have a menu button here. The menu button opens the menu thing. So you see up here, we've got the menu, the exposure. You can set the exposure of your system from fully audio to priority, bright, stuff like that. I just leave it at full auto mostly. You can then customize things like that. And you can go from there. You return those back, oops, menu, let's go back. You can do color, where you change the, you change the brightness, change it to audio white balance. That's the AWB is auto white balance sensor. And so you can change it to high, you can change it to middle, you can change it to low. And you can change your timing and your saturation, hue. And so you can do that. The image is cool. So this allows you to do things like change your luminance, contrast, sharpness. And you can also come in here and flip the video. So for instance, if you're doing a teleprompter and you want to show the image on the teleprompter so the person's looking directly at the camera, you can actually set a teleprompter up and then flip the image from left to right, because the teleprompter is reverse the image. So if I want to shoot the image straight, I would do that. Of course, right now it's backwards, but on a teleprompter it would be rightward. And then you can also flip it vertically. So I can flip that vertically. So hey, I'm standing on my head, pussy cow, pussy cow, pussy cow. So you can do that. And you can change the gamma and all that stuff. There's a lot of features here to change. I'm not going to go over every one of these features in this video because I would be here for an hour going through everything, but you can do things like noise reduction. You can change a couple of the features that are really, I like the settings. This is a really cool feature. So this is where you have your PTZ on or off. So if you don't want to have the pan tilt zoom, you can turn that off. Zoom is right now set to 1 to 3 range. I can change that to, 1, 2 to 4, different 8, 3 to 8, so. And let's change that back to, okay. So we come here to the menu button and we can go down here to, let's go back to the settings, talked about it in the settings. So you have your HDMI format, so that's 1080/30, you can change it to 60. You can even change it up to 4K. So you have 4K at 30 frames per second. And auto framing is another feature that's really cool. It's available on both cameras. What auto framing does is it will say, okay, so I didn't press any buttons, and it automatically framed the camera on me. Now, if I had more than one person here, if I had 2 or 3 people, it would frame the cameras so both of us were in the shot. And then if he left, it would automatically, without me doing anything, reframe it so it's me on the shot only. So I'm going to turn auto framing off. And then go back to my shot. Boom, bang, bang. See how easy it is? See the auto framing feature? That's right, that's the auto framing. So it's framing me in that shot. It's auto framing me. And then I'm going to do it because I didn't turn auto framing off. So I'm going to go here to settings. And auto framing set on demo mode. So that's what it was. Okay, so auto framing is off. And there we go. So that's auto framing. So it's a real thing. So if you're in let's say in a conference room and you want everybody in the framing shot, you turn auto framing on. The camera will automatically sense all the people's faces and frame it so that you're all in the frame. If half of them leave the conference room and go off, it'll reframe it so that it's just the rest of the people that are in there. And then if more people leave, and so on and so forth. So it's actually really cool. Information gives you the version of the software. So if you're talking to support and they want to know the firmware version, you can tell them right there. They can go right there, and the model is right there, the 11.hi, and you can go from there. Let's go to this return. Let's go to you store defaults and then exit out of that, and that will get you completely into what you need to do. So that's the remote that it comes with. Both of them come with that remote. The auto framing is a very, very cool feature. And so if you have any more questions about these cameras, we are here to help you. I am Jeffrey Stanfield from EsportsCircus. These cameras are really cool. This camera right here is we sell for $499. That's about a $549 list price, and we sell it for $499. This camera is a $339 list price, and we sell this camera for $299. So it's a relatively inexpensive price, and you can technically say For $300, you're getting 9 cameras because you can set 9 different camera angles. And it's a really good camera. If you have any questions about this, we can be happy to help you. You can reach us in different ways. We have our 800 number, which is 800-287-5095. That's 800-287-5095. 800-287-5095. And my extension, of course, is 105. And so just give me a call, and I will be happy to help you out. You can email me at jeff@esportscircus.com. That's Jeff, Jeff, @esportscircus.com, like it says over there. There, right there. And you can contact us, Jeff@esportscircus.com. And so we hope to help you guys out. On the Esports Circus website, we do have a Circus Market page where you can actually buy these cameras right on the page, or you can send us an email and we will get out to you right away. We do have a few of these left in stock. They're very hard to get with all the pandemic. Everyone is buying up every camera that there is available, and it's hard to get stuff from China because no one from China wants to come to the United States for some strange reason. But we are happy to help you guys out. Again, this is Jeff Stansfield doing product reviews here from Esports Circus. Thank you so much for joining us on the Freak Show. I will see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.